Well guys, I've been having a lot of people asking for an update on Ken. So I just got here and Gary, who has bought Ken now several months ago, is getting along with him fabulously, and he has him all hitched up ready to go because he wants to show me how he's doing. How you doing, Gary?
Hey Jim, how are you?
So everything looks really good. Let's go to work and we'll talk as we go. How's that?
Let's do it. Go step. Good boy.
So Gary's been telling me what he's been doing with him, and right today he has a whole load of posts, fencing posts that he's taken up to his back field to put in there. So we'll go up and see how things are going with him in this situation. I wanted to show you one thing though before I catch up to Gary. He actually purchased a shoe and socks, and I see he's got them all covered up until he has a better place for them. But this is a nice set of shoeing socks that he's already used quite a bit with Ken, putting him in to work on his clipping and just general care with Ken, and I'm quite pleased with that. Gary says he's had tremendous troubles with mud this year, so they've hired a lot of work done, but it hasn't gone quite as they had hoped. So he's ended up having to do a lot of the work himself to get things situated the way he wants them. As you can see, he's got some serious problems here in front of the barn, which he's working on.
Oh.
So tell us about this, Gary. I said you had some people try to do some work, but that didn't go as good as planned, and you're doing a lot of it yourself now.
Yes, they buried their skid steer and had some problems. It was taken off the track, so we were able to get the skid steer out, and down at the first section we came through at the gate back there, we drove in about 50 tons of stone, and then probably another 10 tons of ledge rock that we had, and stabilized that, and it hasn't been a problem until the last 3 years or so with all the rain.
So I got to ask you, have you got Ken stuck yet?
I have not. I have not.
And how many times would you've got a tractor stuck, and where you've been going?
I can't even bring the tractor back here. Won't even try it.
Yeah.
So last year I had it, and last year was not as bad as this spring has been, and I had the little tractor back here in mid-June to clean up a big quaking aspen that came down, and it just tore everything up.
Yeah.
It was such a mess.
Yeah. So let's take a quick peek at Ken and see how he's looking. Not about you guys, but in my opinion, he is looking really, really good. I was concerned, to tell you the honest truth, that Gary and his mom might overfeed him and get him too fat. And Gary was a little bit concerned that I would think that, but I do not think that at all. I think he looks just about perfect. I'm very pleased with how he's looking. And he gave him a good haircut. And he's clipping his feet because of the mud that he's dealing with. Hopefully in years to come that will get better. But no, he looks great. And I'm pleased also. One of the things that Gary had told me is the fact that he stands so well. And of course he always has been a good stander. And so yeah, that's great.
He's been fantastic. So he's very patient with me.
So you guys that are questioning whether or not you could ever get a horse and do this, so this right here, in my opinion, is a very much a success story, or at least the start of a success story, because Gary is doing so well at what he's trying to accomplish and being able to use a horse for his first time. He had riding horses before this, if you've seen a video when he bought them, but this is the first time with draft horses, and I personally think he's doing a super job.
I appreciate it.
So let's go up to where you're going to unload these posts, and I'll give you a hand.
All right. So
why don't we just go along and we'll talk.
We'll do that. All right. Sounds good. Go stop. Come on, buddy. Go stop. He's trying to get up to the high spots. He doesn't like the mud at all.
Right.
He'll try and trace through.
I might still sit right up here with you.
That's good. Come on, buddy. I know. Come on.
There's always a fine line in the difference between people. If it was me using Ken, this slow pace would bother me. But for you, being a new driver, this slow pace is just excellent.
It's
for
perfect
you.
for me.
And so, yeah, this is great.
Oh, buddy. Good boy. This is a problem here.
You know, a possibility you could do, and it would work really good, if you have just a snap.
Yeah.
Snap these two together right there.
Okay.
And then you could just drop them right around
Right
like
around?
this.
Okay.
And it'd be just about the right length.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if you want to cut one of those things. You could probably almost tie it into one right
Be able
there.
to tie it right there.
Perfect. But a snap works really good. Just a regular small snap.
Yes.
And just snap those two right together like that, and then you don't have to worry about it. And then you can just drop it right here. So I was telling Gary that it's great that he can trust Ken to be his own mode, but still, and I would too, but still the importance of being really ready to grab those lines for any particular reason that might be, especially in the early stages of him getting used to Ken, is just so important. The last thing he'd want to have is Ken to start taking off, and more than likely just holler, oh, he'll stop. But there's times when the situations are right where he might not stop, and actually, because of the flies or whatever, he might just try to run.
All right, buddy, next stop. All right, buddy, first up.
I know you guys have been wanting an update on Ken and also on the fillies, but the fillies live so far away, it's not really such that I can give much for updates there, but hopefully I'll try to tell you more. But with Ken, it's so nice to have Gary here so close. And I've been over here several times since he bought Ken, just to see how he's doing. And it's just really nice to be able to do that. And like I said earlier, just the idea of, if you have a thought of doing this and learning this on your own, it's really nice to hear a success story of somebody else doing it, because it gives you more encouragement and more, you know, the will to try it yourself.
All right, buddy. Ready, buddy? Come on, first step. Oh, he doesn't like this. I'll go around here. Come on. No, not that far, buddy. Come on. Jeet, jeet, jeet. Good boy. Jeet, jeet.
Gary also has a wood lot about 2 miles, I believe, up the blacktop, which has taken Ken up to quite a few times, he said.
Oh.
And actually, there's a bunch of firewood up there that he's hauling home. So that's great. I was telling Gary just the other day, as I was talking to him, and he was talking about the stuff that he was doing, I said, isn't it just a wonderful feeling to have a horse and to be actually doing something practical with him, instead of just driving around in a circle? You're actually doing something, getting something done, even if it's not a major thing. Like for myself, I want to get big truckloads of logs, but just doing things like this is just so such a nice feeling to be able to do it, and to do it with your horse. Think of any questions?
So he's doing well for me.
There's no doubt about that. I can see that. That's great.
He's been good. He's been great.
And I was telling people, you know, how good of a success story this is to give somebody else the, you know, the will to go and try it on their own.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It's great. You know, I'm used to. I go out to the land. I'm used to. You know, you drive the truck out and you try and throw in what you can, and you deal with the mud and the mess and the tractor and the rest of it. And this is a lot better.
Yeah,
it's
I would
nice.
say. Now, is it 2 miles to your?
It's 2 miles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. How good it was that you were able to go out there and bring home some firewood
Yep.
and whatnot.
Exactly. All right, buddy. Ready? Your step. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Those two there. Whoa.
Now, I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys were thinking and saying that, you know, and almost disappointed at me for not keeping Ken and thinking, you know, he worked for me for all those years. He really should have, he should just retire on my farm and just not do anything, just be able to go out to pasture every day. Well, guys, I'm telling you this right now, in my opinion, and I think most people will probably agree with me too, this life that he had right here, there's a good example, and he did just great. He just, you know, grabbed those lines. But anyways, this life that he has right here is so much better than he'd have at my place. You know, he has some self-worth, Ken does. He's actually not working hard, but still working enough to have some self-worth. And he's teaching Gary so much. And it's just a win-win situation to have him out here with Gary.
Ready, buddy? Careful step. Oh. Hell, you want to ride back?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, I've got a little landing area at the entrance to the land, and of course it's all gotten clogged up with stuff I had to pull out in the fall because I had my friend out there clearing.
Well, I had a great visit with Gary, and it was great to see Ken again. And Gary's saying goodbye, and we'll see him again sometime. Whether or not we do another video on him, I'm not sure. Knowing us, we probably will. But anyways, you have a great day now. We'll see you next time.